Hello. So I thought I'd do a little bit of an update for One Book July because we're closing in, and I thought I'd talk about one of the things that's been the most important to me. I'd already pretty much reached planner peace, but and I love the journal that I'm in, but how I sometimes journal has changed some, and I thought I'd do a bit of a flip through of July because we're getting towards the end and I wanted to talk about a few things, and I find it really interesting. So as I was closing up June, you can tell that I did a lot of different things. My work has improved. Sometimes it's better than others, but sometimes I try harder than others. Sometimes I'm just doing uh, that was a pool prompt. Sometimes I'm just doing a little bit of, fun, and I'm just having some fun. Sometimes I do things from memory, which is harder. This was harder. This is a picture of what I sketched and watercolored for Victor. That's Mr. Victor. This came from a juice box. These were stickers, and I watercolored popsicles and the colors of the popsicles, and that was a little poem. This was just a bit of fun, and I actually have like my Jelly Roll metallic pen. That's what I did for the coffee cup. I don't know if you can see it with the camera. Um, this was some watercolor, and there's like a little bit of stuff underneath the surface, and this was the prompt, and I did a different take on the prompt instead of watercolor in the prompt. And this is where July 1st starts. So these are my two palettes that I chose. Whoa! The two to-go palettes. Those are the palettes that I chose. And the colors, and why I chose them, the little to-go palettes. And we've been slowly but surely trying to get rid of the tree stumps in our yard. We still have a ways to go, but we're working on them. This is the bag that David got me. It's got like the majority of my stuff in it. Like I can take just this bag with me if I wanted. My shark pen, that was what came on my shark pen case. That's my little sketchbook. This is where we went to the hardware store. This was 4th of July. And I did a tip-in. We were traveling, and a yellow jacket got in the truck. It's a book I want to buy and read, that series. This was something that came in a pen case, and I guess I'm going to have to get some glue stick because that's coming up. I can tell I ran out of my Uhu glue sticks because the other kind do not want to stick as well. That was our anniversary. We've been together 7 years. In September we'll have been married 6 years. This was where the soccer team were rescued by the divers, and one of the divers died, and I did that as a thing because of the whole situation. This is where I moved some stuff around in my room, and I documented that I moved things around. And I got Happy Mail in, and I documented it, and that's a Monday mantra from Courtney. And this came in with something a little while back, and I just put in, sometimes I keep things because I want to put them in later, and other times I put them in when I actually get the Happy Mail. It just really depends on my mood. So I went to the post office and mailed off some Happy Mail, and I went and got my oil changed. And this is where I have not drawn the church with the steeple that's across from the post office yet. I want to put the picture down and draw it, but I haven't done it yet. I guess I need to work up a little bit more confidence. We went to my mom's and I documented the trip with all the different things. I had a to-go, I made myself a to-go cup of coffee, and David grabbed a vitamin water from the fridge and we headed down the road to my mom's. Once we got there, took my mom to Walmart and did some other stuff. I had probate paperwork and all different kinds of things. But I helped my mom at Walmart. We picked out Victor's birthday presents and we got some snacks because Victor was going to spend a few days with my mom. David fixed my mom's toilet. He also took a look at my son's truck. We ate dinner. We headed home, and on the way home we stopped and got some coffees to go because we were tired. This was doing a little bit of Monster Mash for different things. Thursday was a rest day, recuperating after going to my mom's. This was I'm Not a Robot. This was how I felt, and this was how David felt, and some grocery shopping. It's a grocery cart, all wonky, but it's the grocery cart. I dyed a canvas, a pin roll. I have pictures to print out. I'm going to get to that. This is something I need to finish writing in. This was, I don't know, I may not, but I did finish. I went to my mom's again on Tuesday. So I need to finish. There's a picture that goes here, and then I need to write on this page. This was my journal version of the going outside, painting the tree from across the street that I have been painting each season. David and I have been watching The Curse of Oak Island. So I drew that, and then I actually did the palette that I used to create all of that over here. This was Friday, and we did a bunch of cleaning the house because we were having my birthday party. The other weekend, that was Victor's birthday party. So we were having my birthday party this past Saturday, and the grocery list, we did laundry, we cleaned. This was the day of my birthday party. This was my present. This was the cake that David made me. We bought a big box of chicken and had it cut up because that was so much cheaper than actually getting burgers and all that, because yeah. So we've got so much chicken, y'all. Victor's Legos. This was Sunday. Shark Week started, and my son stayed the weekend with me. And this was just Monday and Tuesday. That's my artist easel, which is right here, that a friend of mine gave me for my birthday. I got some pretty good presents. I was really excited. I did not expect to get such cute stuff. We've had a lot of rain and a lot of storms, as you can tell, because I've been documenting some of it. There we go. I was headed back to my mom's and there was a storm. This I got included with the easel was Chinese brush painting, and I tried the brushes from it, which are very different than the regular brushes. I mean, we're talking very different. And I did this one first. This one I think turned out better than this one, but it was I'll try it again later. This was my very first time experimenting with it. And then I'm sure as I keep trying, I'll get better. But this was supposed to be bamboo, and this is supposed to be an orchid. And I wrote down what they represented. And I did a second page for Wednesday because Castle Rock came out on Hulu. And yeah, so now this is today's page. And when I get to these places where she has the vellum, this is actually vellum. She printed her artwork on that piece of vellum. This is what is on the front cover of my journal that she did for me. And let's see. I'm always I always try to be imaginative about what I can put under here. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I want to make it kind of interesting and fun. We'll see. I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It would have been cool to have this under there, but that's okay. I can tell how much that's Rocky Road ice cream, y'all. I can feel the differences in the journal pages. I'm much more open to doing different things, to not always having the same exact thing. Like, I mean, I do have it sometimes, like, you know, like I did a little bit of that on these days because I've been busy also elsewhere, you know. So I do sometimes sketch out like little things from my day. I do that, you know, like I'll add little stickers. I won Camp NaNoWriMo the other night, Sunday night, Monday night. So I do draw out sometimes, but I also do other things. I don't feel stuck in only having like one type of layout for my pages, which is how I was feeling for a good while. I felt stuck. I want to be able to document my life, document my days, memory keeping, journaling. And not that there are hard and fast rules, but for certain groups there are. Part of this journal, it coincides with my sketchbook, which coincides with other things and coincides with my planner. And I don't want to feel obligated, which is why I am not in the Hobonichi anymore, to have like the weather or, you know, I do document the weather when it stands out, when it's really hot or when it's really cold or when it's storming or it snows. But normally our weather's humid, pollen and heat, and the sun is shining down and it feels way hotter than it is. I mean, yeah, and or it's filled with humidity and it's rainy and I don't know, but I don't document the regular stuff because, I mean, the regular weather. I document when the weather's different. Because I don't care about the temperature so much unless it's like super high and it's the highest it's been in, I don't know, 50 years or 100 years. And I used to document the weather on a regular basis, and I went through back and forth where sometimes I've done it and sometimes I haven't. But, see? But I don't want to do it every day, so then do it here. I don't want to do it every day. Rain again. And I put rain there. See, that's documenting the weather. But it's documenting it in a different way, you know? I don't, I'm not saying anything bad about any kind of journaling or any kind of groups. I just don't, I don't want to be boxed in. And sometimes I've felt boxed in. And that's my own feelings, not necessarily any, you know, buddy else that's causing me to feel that way. It's just how I've felt. So I found that, and which is why sometimes when I do these prompts, I'll do a lot of them, but there are days when I don't do them, when I do my own thing, or when I do a combination of things. There's that tree again, the tree. You know, I'll do my own thing. Sick day. You know, and so I'll have the prompts, but then I won't. Like, so we get to a point here where there are some prompts and then I don't. Like, this is not the prompt. Coco died, and this is a prompt. This was a prompt. That was not a prompt. This was a prompt. Prompt. This was from the desk of, and I just wanted to do something different. This was a prompt. That was not. This is the first day of July, and it's World Watercolor Month, and this was the prompt, but I didn't do it in my sketchbook. I did it in there. And then the rest of them, some of them are in my sketchbook, and some of them I've done, and some of them I haven't. And I think that's, yeah. I'm feeling much better about things, and I'm at a place now where I've got enough in here for August, I do believe, and then after that I'm going to need to decide whether I want to do this exact same kind of thing where I mix the Tomaway River paper and the mixed media paper, and then change how things are in my sketchbook, or whether I want to add watercolor paper and Tomaway River paper and mixed media paper and have do my sketches and my journaling all in one book. It just will fill up so quickly if I do my sketches, because I'm sketching a lot more now. As much yet as I want to be, but I am doing it a lot more. I think I'm going to stick with 2 notebooks because it's about time for me to order 2, and I think that's what I'm debating on. I'm going to have an artist journal where I do my practice sketching and some sketching, and then my document my life journal, and both will have a bit of both in it, but this will be primarily the document my life with some sketches in it, and then the artist journal will have my practice of sketching and documenting how that is, like when I did this, or when I did this, especially. This, like the sketch of the post office, the sketch of where I changed my room around, this kind of stuff. Enjoying doing this. So yeah, I'm at a place where I think I'm gonna end up with pretty much just the 2, and then a small sketchbook, a small watercolor sketchbook, and a large watercolor sketchbook for the more serious stuff. And that'll be that. And that, one of the things I wanted to take away from July was to have figured some of this out. And I'm getting closer and closer to it. Nobody can really decide what I need to do for myself other than me. It's not like I can, I mean, I could talk about it, and talking about it helps. I would like to have one big one where I did everything in it, but I know that if I have one where I do everything in it, then chances are it's going to fill up way too quick, and I'm going to have to buy a whole lot more of them. And they get chunky already as it is. I started this May 20th, and it will finish up in August, so not too bad. June, July, August. They're lasting about 3.5 months, give or take. I do a lot, and yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go. It's almost time for me to take my Jaws dude out of here. And I will see y'all soon. Have a good one. Bye.